I'm Dave Greenwood, and this is Overcoming Distractions. If you are an adult with ADHD, a busy professional, an entrepreneur, a high achiever, or just need some strategies to navigate your adult ADHD, you're in the right place. Who am I? I'm an entrepreneur with ADHD and the author of 2 books, Overcoming Distractions and Overcoming Burnout. I coach and mentor people just like you, and together we navigate the ups and downs of adult ADHD. From getting out of our own way to helping people just like you thrive in the workplace. That's what I do. Want more info on working with me? Hit overcomingdistractions.com. Ready? Let's get to today's podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's Dave, and you are back on Overcoming Distractions, the place, the podcast for busy adults with ADHD. Whether you have a demanding job, you have 10 kids, you're a high achiever, or you're facing maybe some more serious challenges like burnout or working in a toxic workplace. That's what we talk about here. So anywho, hey, listen, I wanted to, this is actually kind of a short podcast because I got to thinking, I've been working one-on-one with busy professionals with ADHD, as I said, for some time now. I enjoy doing this, and I get, huge satisfaction. When, we're sitting there on Zoom, we come up with solutions and breakthroughs, and people tell me that our time together helped them through a tough situation. They got that aha moment. They figured something out. And that's just huge for me. So I don't work with kids. I don't work with students because I don't think I can help them, mainly because I was a shitty student and a train wreck as a kid, so I got nothing there. But where I think I can be of assistance to you busy folks with ADHD is navigating the ups and downs of having a demanding job, being a high achiever, an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to do more or, what have you. And then also navigating our personal lives all at the same time. And for many of us, we get in situations at times in our life where it seems kind of daunting. And for many, it seems like a dumpster fire, right? So I got to thinking about a number of things that I've learned when working with people like you. And it really came down to 3 simple things. I've learned a ton, don't get me wrong. But there's kind of 3 simple things that I learned over my time working with the busy ADHD professional. And while I've learned these lessons personally, I think it's important for you to hear these because I feel it can kind of improve your ADHD journey wherever you are in that journey, and you'll kind of understand what I mean. So, whether it's the CEO I'm working with, the entrepreneur, the solopreneur, people working at a PhD level, maybe you're in a lower management, middle management, you're whatever you are. These are kind of the 3 things that I have really learned about doing this rewarding work with awesome people like you. So let's get busy here. So the first thing that I think is important is that everyone is in a different place. Every single one of you out there is in a different place in your lives. And when I work with people one-on-one, I need to meet them where they are. I need to meet you where you are right now. I don't have a program. I'm not Tony Robbins where we go through this, methodical program. It just doesn't work, I don't think. Some people who coach and mentor people with ADHD have groups. I think those are very beneficial for developing a community, that mutual support. I know some of them use some like the accountability buddies where you kind of check in with each other. And I think that's great. But just about everybody I've worked with has individual challenges that we need to pick apart. And some things take longer than others to solve. And it's a little bit of trial and error. I'm not sure you can do that in a program where maybe you're tackling something each week. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for us to kind of figure things out. So when we start to pull apart workload, responsibilities, projects, and then we start to pick apart our days, our weeks, how we structure parts of our days, we start to find areas where we can improve, build new habits and routines, and finally thrive as an adult with ADHD and actually be fulfilled and less stressed, because that's really our goal. I've worked with people that just need some tools to improve productivity, worked with people who actually have been placed on performance improvement plans at their company, and I've worked with several people who have had to actually take a leave of absence because of their mental health. It kind of runs the gamut. So that kind of program just doesn't work for these situations. Do you need to figure out how to get all your work done, meet deadlines, make less mistakes? What do you need to figure out to get out of the house in the morning with less stress? All these things. Some people have kids. Some people are single. Some of you love your job. Some of you cannot stand the place you're working in. Maybe the culture is awful, or your boss is just creating a toxic, chaotic environment. And you may even be burned out and need a path forward. You need a strategy to kind of, move on with your life. And, when I say burnout, I don't mean you're just tired. And we've talked about this before. I'm talking about people who have dealt with chronic stress for long periods of time and finally decided to do something about it. The bottom line, each and every one of you has different challenges and circumstances in life that collectively kind of make up who you are and what you're trying to achieve. And what works for you may not work for other people. I promise everybody that I will meet them where they are today. And then let's get to work. The next thing that I have learned is most of the time, it just comes back to the basics. I haven't, I used to do this a lot, but I haven't gone on a rant in a long time about ADHD and social media. But I have found over time that many people out there, whether call them influencers or whatever you want to call them, just complicate navigating ADHD. But in my experience, when I'm working with somebody individually, and we have a breakthrough, which is often, in most cases, it came down to just keeping it simple. And there are simple things you can do in your professional and personal life to manage all aspects. Maybe those challenges are time and energy. Maybe it's your workload, communicating with others, scheduling your week methodically, boundaries, right? Getting enough time to actually get work done without being interrupted, distractions, taking care of yourself, controlling what you can. I think that's a biggie. We work a lot on that. Finding clarity, whether it's in an individual project or your entire job, right? Creating a to-do list, and even if it's with colored Sharpies, right? Setting up your coffee machine in the morning, the night before for the morning, right? Or building a plan to get you out of a toxic work environment. Thriving as a busy adult with ADHD does not have to be complicated, and we've proved it over and over again. One big piece of advice: if you're going it alone, please keep it simple, because that's what I find works 99% of the time. All right, next. This is one thing that maybe it is a play on words or what have you, but I am not an ADHD coach. I coach and mentor people with ADHD. And I think there's a difference. I know what you've been through. I know what you're going through. I have ADHD. I've served as an executive in a large organization. I owned and managed a public relations firm for 20 years. I owned and managed a restaurant for many years. And I had to do this as an adult with ADHD. I get you. And I'm putting those quotes up there. I get you. I understand what you're going through. I've had to be productive, manage other people, get my own work done. And at times, my life, I had to navigate burnout. In my restaurant, that burnout almost sent me to the hospital. Actually, it should have sent me to the hospital, but I didn't. Because of this, I keep it simple, and I employ street smart tactics and conversations with people just like you. And we work together to solve problems. And I like to say that, a lot of people out there, I'll go back to my rant on social media where it's got to be ADHD. The solution has to completely revolve around ADHD. And I don't believe that. Sometimes there's other advice out there in the world that taken and implemented properly can work whether you have ADHD or not. So my goal is always to help you manage your professional, personal lives more effectively, be fulfilled at the end of the week, and feel like you've gained control over, certain aspects of your life. You want to feel like you are in control. You do not want to live day and night, week after week, in response mode. I want you to go home at the end of the day and be able to enjoy your time with family and friends and not have to work till 11 or 12 at night and ignore your kids and ignore your family and be stressed out and have those Sunday scaries. And a lot of people with ADHD, sadly, we fall into that. So, and I want you to stop losing your car keys. Okay? Bottom line, right? I mean, hell, if we can find our car keys in the morning, right? That's half the day. So this is not an episode to self-promote. I just want you to understand what I've learned and how I approach things and how keeping these things in mind, okay, such as keeping it simple, making sure that your journey is different from other people's journeys, okay, and again, understanding that not every single solution in your life needs to have an ADHD flavor. We can get a lot of ideas from other avenues and areas in our life that just happen to work for our ADHD life. All right, gang, that's a quickie. I hope that helps in some way. If you are in need of some sessions to do some problem solving, you're in a place right now where you're having trouble navigating the workplace, navigating the blend of personal and professional commitments, you need to figure things out, just hit the website, overcomingdistractions.com. Click on that little button right there on the homepage. Book a quick 15-minute chat with me. Let's see if we're a good fit. And I am eager to help you and dig in and problem solve with you. All right. We'll catch you next time. See ya.